Okay, hello kiddos. This is your writing assignment for today. I'm sorry I can't be in class with you this afternoon, but I wanted to run through this real quick with you. Your assignment today is to pick one of the 4 graphs pictured below, and then you're going to examine the motion being represented in the graph and then write a story about what might be happening. So I switch over here, taking a peek at this graph. I don't want you trying to use graph 2, so we're just going to skip that one and just look at graphs 1, 3, and 4. Alright, so with graph 1, you can see that the motion is going forward, or the object's going forward, and then there's no motion at all. Then we're starting to go back to our reference point, and then we're suddenly back to the reference point, or back to our start. Graph 3 is showing a slow start forward, and we're starting a little bit away from our reference point. Then we're moving really fast away from our reference point, and then really fast back to the reference point. Graph 4 is showing constant forward motion. So we have kind of like the medium speed right here, then fast speed in the middle, and then we're slowing down our speed towards the end. But all of the while we're still moving forward away from the reference point in all of those. Okay, here's an example of what I'd like you to do for your story. So I'm using this graph right here, and then I wrote this story right over here. Gary the groundhog lives next door under my neighbor's shed. He likes to come under the fence and eat the apples that have fallen off my apple tree. Gertie, who's my dog, doesn't like this little invader. This graph shows his motion. Gary waddled to the fence. Then he ran from the fence to my apple tree, then sat under the tree to eat the apples. Then Gertie got out and chased his hiney back under the fence and home. So we can see all that motion happening right here. Gary waddling to the fence, squeezing underneath, then running to my apple tree, sitting still under my apple tree to eat the apples, and then running all the way back home under the fence and back under the shed. Russell. Okay. So please make sure that you use your helps if you need them. So you can start the story off with this story is about the motion of graph and then the number. Hence, write out what motion is at each segment, then think about a scenario that could be used for that motion, and then write out your story. Okay, and you can always look at my example for more help.